So, deep breaths. Deep breath.
There ain't no deep breath here.
Okay.
On 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Tatha is still crying.
I'm not the best wife, but I will try my best.
After she got up from the floor from kissing her mother's feet, begging for forgiveness, she gets up, and that's when her dad tells her to apologize to James. I'm over here like, apologize for what? What's she apologizing for? So she go over there and she apologized to James too, talking about, I'm not the best wife. I haven't been the best wife. James hasn't been the best husband either. So what you apologizing to him for? What's going on?
You're perfect to me. For me.
I'm sorry.
Come here.
Then after she apologizes to James, she go over there and apologizes to her daddy. She apologizing to everybody for being emotional, for being overwhelmed. Yeah, it was a lot. I didn't know what was going on. She started crying out of nowhere. Nowhere. But that's just ridiculous. I'm not apologizing to anybody for being overwhelmed, frustrated, or crying. What is going on in Indonesia? After Tatha apologizes to everyone in the room, her mom and dad says, it's okay, we're going to pay your debts, we're going to pay your car note, don't worry about the $15,000 you owe, it's on us. We got money. They tell them, don't be crying over no problems. Problems? What's that? Enjoy your life, it's okay, we got it.
Tutup utang mo rong atos. Aja bikin angel jangan diratapi kesedihan, jangan diratapi kesedihan.
Can they adopt me? How do I get in touch with them over there in Indonesia? Huh? Because I don't want to be crying over no problems. Tatha's dad starts praying over James, and James is like, I don't know what's going on. What's going on? What's this? What's a prayer?
At this point, I'm assuming that everything happening right now is a cultural thing I don't understand.
James and Tatha gets back to their hotel room, and tensions are still high. And James thought it was a good idea to bring up that even after all that went down, Tatha's dramatic scene, the whole mess, right? He still doesn't know how they're going to make money. There was no outcome. All we got was you crying.
Didn't ever talk about how we're gonna make money.
Tatha is triggered. She been triggered. She tells James, what are you talking about? They told us that they would help us pay our car note. James is like, you know I don't want that. You know I don't want that.
They even said they can help us with paying the car.
But you know my thoughts on that.
Then James has the audacity to say, I don't even know what y'all was talking about. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the language. How I'm supposed to know you was translating everything for me? How I'm supposed to know? Well, I don't know the language.
And I had no idea what was happening. I thought you just didn't want to talk about it. It's not fair to me to not know what's going on, and then for you to get mad at me because we're trying to have a conversation about emotional things.
He sounds so stupid. He is so stupid. He had many and many years to learn the language, and he chose not to out of laziness and just not wanting to. And he over here talking about, it's not fair to me that I didn't know what y'all was talking about. Huh? What's not fair is you promising Tatha and her parents that you would learn the language and not do it. Dummy. Broke, lazy dummy. How does one move to a whole different country and not even know how to put a complete sentence together in that language?
Every single word I translated to you. You pushing me for...
I didn't push you.
You did.
James kept being defensive when all Tatha wanted was an apology. Then after about 10 whole minutes, he decides to give her this sorry little apology.
I'm sorry if you feel that way, but I wasn't trying to push you.
Thank you.
They make up, everything is good for now, but Tatha is worried that they're going to have to move back to the United States. But since James is now finally realizing after all this time that they're not going to be able to make a living in Indonesia and that they might just have to go back home, she's worried now.
What makes me scared the most is to move back to the United States.
I just want to know why it took this long to figure it out. It's common sense. Tatha's little stupid self knew that making 16 cents for banana chips was not going to cut it. She knew that would not pay for all of their debts back in America. She just didn't want to be in America no more. And if James had any common sense, then he would know that too. And if he didn't really want a handout from her parents, then he never would have moved there knowing he was broke and didn't have no money. They're not slick. They knew exactly what they were doing. Moving on to Statler and Dempsey. Statler is still trying to get a hang of this whole van life thing, while Dempsey is over the moon. Okay, she is ecstatic. Nothing really happens with Statler and Dempsey this episode. We just see them trying to get their things together and putting water in their tank or something. I guess that's what you're supposed to do. They had a problem with their heater. They didn't know how to turn it on. But once they got in contact with the guy they bought the van from, everything was all good. The heat came on and they just went to sleep.
Warm. Oh, this is real warm.
Real warm, real heat.
Yay.
All right, you want to make up this bed finally?
Yeah.
And actually get in? Okay.
I don't know why we had to get this mini update, but we got it. And I have a feeling that the next time we see Statler and Dempsey, they won't be so happy, especially with Statler still adjusting and not really being comfortable with the whole thing. She don't want to be there. She don't really want to do it, but we'll see how it plays out.
Honestly, everything's hitting me at once. We didn't just move in together, we bought a home.
It's usual for lesbians to go all in all really quickly, but this is lesbian times infinity. This is hardcore.
Moving on to Josh and Lily. Josh meets Lily's sister, and Lily's sister is afraid that Josh may be taking advantage of Lily, especially since Lily is always the one pursuing a relationship. Lily tells her sister, yeah, I may pursue relationships, but I'm not an idiot.
我喜欢追求浪漫，但我也不是傻瓜，我一般不会被骗的。
Her sister goes on to tell her the way she be acting is not traditional. You don't think things through and you're too impulsive.
只是因为你的那个就是爱情观可能和我们就是大多数中国人的不太一样，做事情可能会就是比较冲动。
Her sister tells Josh, well, what are you going to be doing? How are you going to be helping out? Josh tells her that him and Lily both knew that when he moves to China that he would not be able to work. And even though he can't work, he can help Lily with her English and he can help out around the house with things electrical, carry her equipment. How much equipment does she have? Does she need help carrying it? Clean up around the house since he loves to clean, garden, cook. But what I can really offer her is love. We're in love with each other. Surprisingly, her sister was like, oh, okay, I understand.
The thing I could offer her, and I think that's why she's with me, is just that I'm in love with her.
Oh, okay. I understand you.
We learned that when Lily was 18, an older lady introduced Lily to an older man, and Lily got married to that man. But shortly after they got married, they got divorced. Her family wasn't for this at all, so her sister is thinking she's been making bad decisions ever since she was like 18, fumble after fumble. So her sister is just worried. And I'm pretty sure, just like the rest of their family, because they know how Lily is. She done went bankrupt renovating a house for Josh. So I think her sister may be onto something. I'm trusting her sister, even though Lily claims she's not an idiot.
我觉得他说的还是蛮诚恳的，但是关于那个 Josh 现在不能工作，然后我姐姐 Lily 就是会就是那个可能挣钱养家方面会就是压力大一点。
Moving on to Corona and Ingy. Corona is still adjusting to her new life in Iceland. She's learning all the do's and don'ts. And I guess you're not supposed to walk around in Iceland with a Vikings hat on your head. Who knew? Since she's still adjusting, Ingy takes her to a flea market. And this is her flea market outfit. Titties out, spandex. She got that jacket on that she loved to wear that looked like it's hypnotizing you. I said, the flea market? If she's wearing that to the flea market, then what does she wear to the club? But Corona is upset with Ingy's reaction to her outfit. But how can Corona really be mad at Ingy when she knows Ingy barely gives a reaction to anything?
All right. Stunning. I said stunning.
But you were like, oh, yeah.
Oh, what do you want? Like, I've seen you in that dress before.
Not in person?
Even though that outfit is wild to go to the flea market in, if I see my girl coming out in that, titties out, I'm saying, let me motorboat them things real quick. Just a little bit.
I just wanna put the tip in a little bit.
Corona is feeling a little insecure about the whole thing. She didn't really use the word insecure, but she's definitely feeling a way that Ingy doesn't seem to care about anything or that he even likes her.
Sometimes I feel like you take me for granted at times, and it's just like, yeah, she's got a sexy outfit on, or she look great, whatever. And I don't know, I just want to feel like desired, hot, like maybe feel like, ooh, yeah, like that's my girl, you know?
They get to the flea market and Ingy gives Corona a shot of alcohol and a piece of fermented shark. He was really excited for her to try it, but Corona was over there acting a fool, gagging, saying it smells, and she was low-key, high-key, being disrespectful to the culture. Fermented shark is really big over there in Iceland, so he just wanted her to try it. But she was over there just doing the most, acting out in front of the worker who works there when he's from Iceland and probably eats that too. Corona then says to Ingy, "What if your parents don't like me because I'm black?"
Just think, I know you think they're gonna love me, but worst case scenario, they're like, yo, no, I don't want black grandbabies and I don't like her.
But Ingy is just sitting there, not saying anything like he always does. But then, to be fair, Corona just kept going on and on and on about it, so he could barely get a word in. Then she goes on to say, well, what if they don't like me just because I'm black and because of the clothes I wear?
My wardrobe, my everything. I only have so many modest outfits. It's only a matter of time before they see me in something ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, that's only just clothes. It's not who you are.
This is a conversation they both should have had before she moved to Iceland and she gave up her whole career for Ingy, if that's something she really cares about.
One of my biggest fears with meeting Ingy's parents is that they're not gonna accept me, whether it be because I'm black or because I'm bat crazy and I couldn't hide it anymore.
Speaking of batshit crazy, Corona lets us know that she has now stopped soft partnering Ingy. So even if Ingy's parents do accept Corona, Ingy just may get fed up with Corona popping off on him all the time. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. Moving on to Joanne. Joanne has her mom and her auntie cat sitting because she's taking her 2 boys to meet Sean in Ireland. She wanted her mother to come with them to Ireland so she could meet him, but her mom says, I'm the mother, he's the man. He's supposed to come to me. So then the 3 of them go sit down, and her mom says, what are you not telling me? And that's when Joanne lets her mom and her aunt know that her and Sean have been secretly married for 2 years now.
Almost 2 years ago.
Who marries somebody that doesn't know anybody?
I know him.
No, you don't, Joanne.
Her mom goes off. She can't believe it. She's like, how do you get married and not tell me? I'm your mother. Your mother.
I'm your mother. No.
Joanne's like, well, what's the big deal? Why are you so mad? People elope all the time. Her aunt says, yeah, people elope, but they come back home and say, we got married. They don't keep it a secret.
No. People elope all the time. So
but they come back and tell people. They come back and say, hey, by the way, guess what? We decided to get married.
Her mom's like, you don't even know that man. You don't know him. Joanne's like, but I do. Mom, I know him.
Hell no.
Am I getting a word in?
Hell no. No.
Joanne explains to them that she just wanted to be happy and do something for herself because 15 years ago, her doctor found aneurysms in her main arteries. One was in her heart and that one was growing, so she had to have open heart surgery. And ever since then, she's just been wanting to do something that's made her happy, and marrying Sean made her happy. Her mom tells her, you could have told me that. Since I went through that with you, I would have understood. I'm your mother.
What kind of respect am I getting in this relationship?
What do you
That's supposed to be my son-in-law.
There was no outcome, and I'm pretty sure her mom is still over there yelling somewhere, wishing she did go to Ireland with them since you know they married now. But y'all let me know your thoughts on this episode down in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.